and welcome back to the wonderful world of the unnamed city. Because we originally called it A-Town because we had this first town here in the shape of sort of an A. It's pretty sweet, pretty nice. Then we had O Square, and I was like, maybe A-Town's not a great city name if we have a specific town called A-Town and then an O-Town. I think we need to call it like Letter City or something like that. That would be kind of cool. We also have D District, which definitely doesn't look like the letter D, but we can fix that maybe. Maybe we can fix that somehow with this little space. Either way, we have to keep like expanding our industrial sort of choices. Oh, we have some abandoned buildings. Oh, crime is looking bad in this building right here. Not good. Let's just destroy this. Hopefully that'll fix it. Oh, look, they just delivered donuts. Oh, I've not actually seen a donut van like actually deliver donuts before. Is that bad? Is that bad? Maybe. Maybe. Also, what is this? There's a huge problem here. Low land value. Now, it has low land value due to the fact that, I guess it's next to a big road right here. Over here, we have another big road. You know, there's a lot of, like, sound coming in. And maybe this is a bad spot in general for when it comes to buildings, and I guess they're gonna abandon that shortly. Now, a way to increase land value is things like parks and statues. Now, I actually discovered that I've not been paying attention to statues really at all, in fact, and we can see these different levels of unique buildings. This is something that I've not paid any attention to. Now, it's very simple. You place something, and in this ring, you know, happiness will happen, and in that ring, land value will go up. Such as, you know, this problem right here. His land value is so low. His land value is so low. It's not really worth living there, you know. He's not going to be able to sell it for anything, or he can't rent it out for much because no one wants to live there. So ends up being that no one lives there. So if we go to level 2 on the statues, we have a fountain of life and death. A pretty fountain reminds passers-by of how fragile life is. It's required for building a fusion power plant. Let's just look at this. I don't really think that has much to do with death, to be perfectly honest with you. It just looks like a statue of a friendly neighborhood park. What is this? The transport tower. 60 grand for a transport tower that has a 25 noise pollution, but no actual noise pollution, but it does have a fairly expensive upkeep per week. Right. The transport tower is a large office building specially meant for public transport companies. Requirement for building the space elevator. And as you can see, it's a very big like tower, and it has noise pollution. You can see by the fact that there's like an orange or reddish ring round it, so that would actually lower quality for certain buildings that are like near to that, like these three here, but overall increase happiness for the entire town in a big way. We also have the Mall of Moderation. The mall is not so posh and has lots of small cheap shops required for building a medical center. Oh wow, it's quite big. Could build it on like one of these roads. Either way, the point is, I haven't really done anything to increase the land value of these towns. They're at the very lowest point right now, and I would really like to fix that, to be perfectly honest with you. I really would. So the question is, do we do as we plan to and expand massively with high density commercial, residential and office buildings over in this sort of section over here? Or do we focus a little bit, we slow down for a little bit, and we try and fix the issues that are happening in these towns, and don't expand too quickly and too fast. Such as right here, we have a water problem, and that is pretty easy to fix, let's be honest. It's just the pipes weren't laid up there. There we go, much better. So right now our electricity situation is looking quite nice. Our water situation could be better. We can fix that pretty easily though for not too much cost. You know, it's just the case of putting down one of these again. No problem. Although there's a little bit of a problem when it comes to placing them, because I don't want to cause these to lose value, you know, due to the fact that they're too close to this noise pollution. So you know what I could just do? It's quite simple. Just plop it on the other side. Very, very easy for me to do that. And then boom, they're lined up and there's no buildings over there. And I don't think I'll ever have buildings here because I want this road to be it's a very important road. It connects up these two towns, A-Town, O-Town, together for sort of not really like industrial or deliveries or anything of that nature. Mostly it's just like people visiting other people who live in each town. You know, this is the residential area where people just come and live, and they might want to go visit a friend over in A-Town somewhere over here, you know, and that's an easy access point for them, meaning they don't have to go all the way over here, and then finally they get in, they go through the main town. You know, this is an important bridge, and I think it's going to have people on it, though not like tons and big traffic problems in general. I think in general it's going to be a smooth bridge in general that sees a lot of use. And yes, I'm very sorry that I keep saying in general, guys. I'll try and stop doing that. It's force of habit, but habits can be broken if you make a effort on that. So this episode, no more in general will be used. You know where the first time that I actually like remember someone sort of saying something over and over like this, like that in general. Oh god, no. Oh no, I just did it instantly. Crime rate is high. We better fix that. You know what, crime rate has been a problem in A-Town this episode. We've just like barely been going, but I've already noticed like a bunch of crime related issues. And though it doesn't seem high, apparently there are some issues. So we have one here, we have one there. We do actually have access to a very expensive police headquarters, and I want to have that in this big town. So I don't really want to spend that much money on that. This is 12 grand. It's kind of expensive, to be perfectly honest with you. But if it helps solve the problem, maybe it's needed. I mean, at least we'll have one in A-Town, one in O-Town, Oak Square rather, and D District because of this. There we go. And it fits nicely there, actually. There was just an open slot, which was perfectly placed. That's very nice. And now each sort of section, each town now has their own police station, which is going to be very helpful. Now, it did just occur to me there's a fire right here, and I was thinking, does D-Town actually have a fire station? Or a firehouse, I suppose? And the answer to that question is no. No, it doesn't, and it needs one. So we'll just plonk it down, I guess around here, you know, right there is fine. And then they should be able to, you know, one in each town. So yeah, let's take a step back here. Let's take a step back and make a bit of focus on these towns before we massively expand into a gigantic city over here. I want to really make sure everything's stable and safe in these other towns. Yes, I know we have new zones to get. Don't worry about that. So let's check out education. We have elementary school availability, which is fairly low at the moment, but it's doing alright. We have... Well, get out of there. High school availability is quite bad. We have 2 over there, but not a single one in O Square, and that is definitely a problem. So we'll go ahead and just put one somewhere over here. This is fine, yeah, it'll just destroy a few buildings, and then their education goes up nicely. I love that hospital. I just love the design of it. And it's been a little while, a few days now, since I've actually been able to sit down and play Cities Skylines, and my god, you know, when we're looking at the bridge, here, when we're zoomed in, I was like looking at the focus on these cars as they drive by. Look, there's a cop car there, and in the background over here, I could see those turbines spinning, generating renewable resource of energy. And look how pretty that is. Look how nice that is. Something about that really pleases me. And yeah, I just really like that. Okay, so yeah, let me finish that point. Yeah, the first time I heard someone like say something over and over a lot, like I say in general a bit too much, is the fact that I watched Sheenana's a lot when he was doing like, you know, Call of Duty stuff, mostly, but it was like, you know, the World War game. It was like, oh, what was it? World War? Was it just World War? The one that was after COD 4 and before Modern Warfare 2. I think it was World War, something like that. And he played a lot of that, and that's where I first started watching him. And in general, you see what I'm doing there? I'm saying that one on purpose. He said, in terms of too much. Yeah, that one was on purpose, alright? Forgive me. Building is emptying. It's on 36%. Actually, did we ever get round to doing this? An incineration plant. I don't know that we did. They're fairly expensive, but they generate a nice amount of electricity. And they don't have to be emptied because it's burning all of the stuff. I think it's important that we do that. And maybe I'll put it over here. Yeah, I'm going to put it over here because at least this way, you know, they can get to it easily. Then it can also get to that town easily as well, which was the concern there. So we had a bunch of abandoned buildings over here. As we saw, that building's now gone and is now a convenience store. And that was because of the low land value. And we really need to fix that. So if we're having a quick focus here on... I'm going to have a quick focus here on the town in general. I want to make it so it's got much more land value. So buildings start upgrading again. Look at this, they're all red. You know, they don't have access to anything like this. So I'd like to have a max entertainment cheat. I don't want a max entertainment cheat. I've got some mods installed from when I did a stream, but I'm not going to be using any of those in this one. Like, I could show you just, there's like a tiny swing pack. Actually, it's a one block thing. You know what? I'm going to do it just to show you what it is, since it's only a one block thing. But look at this. Look at this. I can just put 3 of them in a row there. And it's just a tiny little swing park on this corner, you know, in the center of our square. Doesn't that look so nice? I looked at the mods, and I was trying to find one that would be, like, suitable and nice, you know. Things that fit into the game. Now, let me show you one. Like this one, like this is just a really nice swing park. It's got cheap upkeep, and it provides a little bit of happiness for people who might visit it. It's not had no visitors yet because it's just opened, but it provides happiness, and you can hear a lot of buildings upgrading actually right now. That's the sound. Let me stop talking for a second. There, that sound, that green arrow. Come on, upgrade. There, that sound. That's the sound of buildings upgrading, and that's because of increasing land value with things like that. Now, that's a really nice mod, isn't it? To be able to add something as simple as these swing parks, because they fit so well into a small square like that, providing nice increase of happiness for this town. But something that was very popular on the mod streams was a specific type of park, the Dick Butt Park. I'm not placing it. If you want to see that in action, you'll have to catch the Cities Skylines streams where I'm using mods. Because, my god, they are very popular, those statues. They had so many people visiting them. Oh my god, it was like a massive crowd. Oh look, this is actually going in the swing park. I hope, maybe they'll even use them. I don't know about that. That seems like far-fetched, crazy witchcraft stuff for them to actually use the swings. Doesn't look like they're gonna. They're just sort of going near it and taking pictures of it. My citizens are stupid. Oh, this one's getting really close. Is he gonna sit down? No, he's just gonna walk past it. Alright, never mind. Fine, fine. Alright, so we've got to keep increasing land value. Now, O Square has some nice stuff. I'd like to add at least one more actual legitimate park first, though. I did actually get a circus, which was really cool, but that's a mod. So we'll try and stick to what we know. So a large playground will be good. This is a residential area, so there should be kids. So a large playground is a good idea, actually. Or we can just put it somewhere up here, maybe. Yeah, like right at the top of town. Although that doesn't really, like, provide the most efficient sort of spot, is it? It should be more towards the center, I guess. And maybe we'll put it like on this corner here. It'll destroy a few buildings, but they'll get over it. And you know what? Since there's a bit of space here that's not being used, we can also do something that I've not done too much of, which is plonk down some trees like this, which sort of provides not exactly like a forest, but it's like a nice little addition, you know. It makes the town look a little bit nicer, and it makes this sort of park here feel a little bit less randomly placed and obviously just a square. Now it feels much more like an actual park with a bit of like not like wooded area that you could go for if you wanted to. See if we get some visitors. Let's speed this up a little bit so I can see people coming in. There's someone in there right now. Is that a child? I mean, it makes sense. It's a child's playground. It should probably be a child. Yeah, educated teen. There you go. So good. My people are educated. Look at that. That's so nice. Little like play area right there. So the land value of this town has gone way up. You heard so many upgrading sounds. They're still happening now as this town becomes such like a nice place, and in general a better place to live. Whereas over here in A-Town we don't really have any of that. We need to make sure we fix that. So let's get a park going on in here. What should we have? A large playground. Well, there's a lot of variation over here. I think a park with trees would be really nice. Thought I saw a place where I could put it here. There. It's going to destroy a lot of buildings. It really is. Which is bad. But you know what? Screw it. I would like to have some nice variation with the town in general. I'd like to see if I could fit some trees in between these gaps. Doesn't seem like I'm actually able to. No. Even if even if I wanted to. So just plonk these down at like random. And if someone wants to move in, then they will just move in and destroy the trees. Don't worry about that. It doesn't like take up space. They'll just be like destroyed. And when someone moves out, you know, the trees will be gone. Like one was there and now it's gone. Put some bushes down maybe. It's like a small bushy area over here. I really like stuff like this because it just like it adds such a nice level of detail to towns that just something about it is just really nice. Some more like big bushes here. Look at that. And that looks more natural now than sort of sudden. And look at this. It's just a really nice sort of section in town where you can just go and there's a nice waterfall in the middle. There's this whole little tree area where you could go like sit and read a book or whatever. Oh man, this is a really nice place. It's a really nice place, eh, town? Oh yeah. Alright. So there's one in this sort of section. And that should hopefully, let me just quickly check. That should reach everywhere, right? Yeah, that reaches the whole top area, but the lower area doesn't quite reach. So if we could get something down here, that'd be really nice. We have a small park. Yeah, a small park seems a bit more reasonable here on one of these corners, but I can't seem to quite fit it in there. We'll just put it there. There we go, and then just close it up. Oh, look at that. Okay, so now, yeah, I want to do some more trees just here. I've been experimenting with different trees so far, as you've seen. I've tried to like add a little bit of variety. You know, it's not all like the same tree at each park. It's different types of trees. Like this one's different, for example. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. And I've definitely wanted to be using a bit of like dirt roads. Like, I'm trying desperately to increase the land value of this town and my cities in general. As you can see, they're upgrading nicely now. Oh, look at that. That's so nice. You can just see each park. Over here we have this one there and then the little swing area. How popular is the swing area right now? Where's it gone? I've lost it. There it is. Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at that! Oh my god! Oh, there's so many dogs and shit. What the fuck? None of them are even using any of the swings. Oh my god. You buffoons. You buffoons. Use the swing. Look how popular that is. That is insanity. Alright, so I wanted to provide some like footpaths, essentially. A gravel path, pavement path. I'm gonna make my own like park. Alright, so let's do like a curvy road. Like this. Look at this. Needs to be a straight road here. And then another curvy road here. Look at this. That's so nice. And then maybe a gravel one that just goes like around. Like this. And then, hopefully, we can put like a path that leads from behind these buildings and outwards. I'd love to be able to connect that up, if that's possible, without destroying too many buildings. Like, I can destroy these ones. These are small, you know, whatever. But apparently, I'm unable to connect this because the space is already occupied. Is it because there's an important building here? No, apparently not. Just like normal buildings. Let's just keep trying. See if we can find like a nice spot where it'll connect up. If it allows me. Maybe with a gravel path? Maybe that'll like have an effect. Let's just try and place it. No, it just won't let me. Okay. Alright, so I'd like to connect this up somehow. But I guess I'm not allowed to. But either way, I have provided this sort of square here. Now let's make it look nice. So, we'll have the big trees. What's the biggest tree I can get at the moment? That's quite nice. There, that one. Ah, they've like changed. That's pretty good. And I just like made my own little park, essentially. Like, look at this. I've made my own like little park. The fine detail, guys, of this game is absolutely amazing. Just, like, put some bushes on these corners here. Like this. And then we'll try like a bigger bush on this side. Look at that. There you go. How nice is this? And this is really cheap to do. Honestly, that was really cheap to do. And look at that, they're actually using it. Oh, no, they were birds. Damn you, birds. Get me excited. I really hope they use it, but I wanted to put some like footpaths around the town so that it's just like really useful in general that you know, you can get around town, because we've not really got any of those like between these suburbs. So if we could manage to maybe do that with like some gravel roads, we can actually do it, but it would destroy a building. It'd destroy two, in fact. But you know what? I'm actually alright with that, because it provides... What is this, by the way? Look at this. It's the high school. Oh, they're all like... Oh, it's all the kids. They're like hanging... Oh my god, I've never seen that before. The kids are actually hanging about in front of the school, just like, you know, you would at your school, like you've done, like I've done. You know, you sort of like circle around each other and just talk at the end of the day, or, you know, during breaks or whatever, and all the people going in and out. I've never seen that before. I've never actually looked. That is so cool. God, the crowd is insane over here, though. Good lord. Now, yeah, the point of these, like, footpaths is just to provide, like, look at that. You know, let's pretend over here you are living in this building, in the green residence, and you want to go to high school. You'd have to go all the way around here and then down there. But now, I provided a sort of little shortcut where you could go across the road here. Look at that, there's one doing it right now. Cross the road, and boom, you're at high school. And he actually went in. Earl White, he actually just did the path that I wanted to show you. And that's the point of these, like, footpaths. Sure, it might destroy a few buildings to sort of make them, but it's such a neat little feature that adds something nice to the game. If I could just keep making those. I'd be really happy about that. That destroys a couple of buildings, but they'll come back. I don't mind that at all. And it actually provides us with this nice opportunity now to just plonk a couple trees down. And these trees will again just be destroyed when a house moves back here, if they ever do, which is completely fine. But in a way, I've just provided a small sort of bit of land value right here with this path. Look, there's someone actually using it. And I want to make it so, like, you know, I went to LA a few years ago, and I remember not being able to get anywhere on foot, and we had our own, like, rented car, and we were driving around, whatever. And that was the only way to get around. The roads were so big and long, and it was so hard to get around on foot that you just pretty much had to get a taxi or have a car, and it was the only way to get around. Whereas where I live now in England, there's so many of like these footpaths, and you can get everywhere quickly on foot. And I think that's so important to a good town, to a good city. And I really wanted to just take a step back before we properly expand today and make these improvements to my city. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really happy with it. So I'll make this weird sort of like pathway around the back here with some more trees, maybe a couple bushes. Oh yeah. Look at this. And the houses that I destroyed have already been like brought back. We'll make this like bush valley. Yeah, like only tiny bushes around here, right? Along the like the side of the path. I don't know if anyone's ever going to use this, but again, I'm just trying to increase the land value of the area by like putting these down. And this will be like the bush pass, you know? You can come around here and just have a nice like secluded area where you can just chill out and do whatever you want. I'd like to be able to put like some benches here if I could, but it doesn't seem like that's actually an option for me right now. Like it's not like a feature, but in the future I'm sure that will be, because like, you know, mods or whatever, maybe actual additions from the devs. I'm just absolutely like enthralled right now by doing this, and I hope you guys have like, hopefully maybe appreciated the fact that you can do this in the game. Right, so we use these bigger bushes now to sort of have like the backdrop to the bushes over here. What a great city. I would think I'm dreaming. I would think I'm dreaming if I didn't know better. That is wonderful. Look at that. And we just create this like accidental like bush valley. Look at that. I really like that. I hope people use it. As a house is on fire right next to it. But something about that just really pleases me. Okay, so if we can keep doing this theme of just like adding these footpaths, hopefully make them actually usable and helpful. Where should we go next? Maybe, yeah, we could do it next to the hospital. That could be good. The problem is, I'm unable to connect a lot of these roads and paths for some reason. I don't really know why. If anyone in the comments knows why I'm unable to connect these roads like this, it'd be really helpful to me, because I like to do stuff like this. And like, look at this whole area here that's not been used by anything. We can just create our own little park if it would let us connect the road up, and I don't really know why it won't. It is really upsetting, because I'd love to have like an area here and an area here. Either way, we've made O Square really nice now. People are actually hopefully using that. But it just adds such a nice like feel to the town in general when you do stuff like that. And it makes it a bit more like, I guess, personalized in a way. I really like that. And so we've spent today's episode really focusing on improving the land value of this town. And I'm really, really happy with that. Facilities full. Crap. Yeah, literally, it's a landfill site. Hey! It's filled with crap. Right, stop emptying. Get opening. There's no one collecting trash right now in this town. That's why they're having problems just there for a second. And now I fixed that. So yeah, we had the episode on quite like slow speed today. We've just been gaining money while this has been going on. And that was a really good time for me to do that. A really good opportunity to do that. Because I really wanted to build something big over here, but it's going to cost me a lot of money, and to build like the groundwork for that, I'm going to need to be using big 4-way roads, so that one day when I upgrade them to 6-way roads, it won't mess with anything. I can do that instantly. Whereas if I want to upgrade these to 4-way, 6-way, it's going to destroy a lot of these buildings and cause a lot of problems when I do that, and a lot of pruning and changing is going to have to happen. But I'm totally fine with doing that, and I look forward to doing that. Now we have some education problems here. High school availability is good. Oh, we don't have any universities, and I said that I wanted to do that in the next sort of town. This has got most residential, and I think since the bridge is here, I'm going to put it over here. And this is the sort of section right here where I was struggling to do any paths, and I said that I didn't like the fact that it was kind of empty over here. Look at that university. It's really nice. Maybe now we'll be able to do that. So if we go to the park bit, we go to these roads. Space already occupied. That makes me really sad that I can't connect this up. If anyone has a solution to this, guys, let me know. Because I think if I was to build this road here, it wouldn't connect to... Oh my god, that's why. I'm so dumb. You can't build a gravel path in the middle of a road. You have to do it off the pathway. Oh, it's completely possible to do and very easy. I'm so dumb. Oh my god. Whoops. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel really dumb. That seems really obvious now. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, God. That was dumb of me. Am I able to, like, not destroy everything here? Alright, no. Let's just send a road all the way up here. It's very cheap to do this as well. That's the great thing. I'm going to connect it up here and destroy this house. I don't mind that. I'm sure they mind that. but I don't mind that. Okay, so that road connects up nicely there. Then we'll have that. There we go. Then we'll have like one that comes down here maybe. Yay, we worked it out. I'm so happy about that. There you go. Look at that. I am destroying houses by doing this. You're totally right. But I want a bit more uniqueness and something interesting with the town in general. And this provides that. I really like this. I'd like to do something like this, but I don't think I can. That's what I'm talking about. And now this area. I mean, look at this. How much this looks so much nicer compared to what it was. We can just plonk some trees down, like a random, just in this area where there's gaps or whatever. I'll use some other trees now, like these ones. Add a little bit of nice, variation in the colour of the trees. There we go. I'm so happy we worked that out, which means we should be able to hook up the bit in the middle. And again, this should hopefully increase the land value of the town. And as you've been hearing, there's just been, throughout this entire episode, tons of upgrade sounds. Just tons of them. Be good if we extended the path over here. Then, just like this. I'm gonna make the road straight. I'll do it there. That's fine. Look at this. Whoops, I changed that to the wrong type of road. That's my mistake. There we go, much better. And there's actually a building that was built just there, so that's good. They can actually build in small spaces like that. Don't worry about that. And you know what, let's put some small bushes along the side here for now while we let it. And you can see the people that are actually using it. Oh man, that is a great feeling when you build something to see your citizens actually just instantly start using it. Maybe I'm going a bit overboard with this, I don't know. But right now that feels really good, and I'm getting a nice increase of money as this goes on. Ah, look at all these people starting to use the university. Hopefully that solves the education problem, which it seemed to have. And I also placed it right on this road where we were talking about it earlier. We think a lot of people will be using that road. So hopefully it connects up to A-Town quite nicely, that. In a big way. Right, so yeah, we have the education availability is great. We don't have any public transport, which we should definitely fix. But yeah, no one's really using O Square right now. And that's because of the mistake that I made when it came to building paths. But now we know how to do that. We can actually build some paths. There we go, like that. That's fine. That does the job. And then there's also space, and now that connects up in two different ways, and people can get through the town square quite easily. And I'd like one over here as well, so that again they can connect up very easily from each sort of town. Like, you make it so walkways are way more viable. Like that. Buildings will come back here. There's plenty of space for it. And this provides these people an easy look, they're already using it. An easy access point. Hopefully that'll actually take off, like, some of the tension that was happening with traffic in general. Look at how many are actually using that. That is absolutely wonderful. Some trees going along the side here. Some nice feel. Obviously buildings will just pop up here when they start building again. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Just make it so it's a nice valley of trees there. Yeah, see, one's already springing up, which destroyed some trees that I made. So no point spending ages on that. But yeah, there we go. And we've really done some nice sort of discovery there on what makes a town nice to live in. What makes a town easy to travel around on foot. Provide more options for your people than just cars and traffic, and you'll save yourself a lot of problems, I think. So let's have a quick look at our traffic now. And there's still these points where it's busy, like here, but it's not as bad as it would have been. It's not as bad as it would have been at all. Look at those guys. Oh man. So we need to do something about this sort of point here, for sure. But either way, it's good. Some of you guys were telling me that on the highway, as we're coming off the highway. It's a bit too sharp of a turn to do that somewhere. And I feel like this really... Maybe that is there. I agree, that's probably too sharp for leaving a town. So we'll see if we can fix that. I want to, like, make this as good as I can for you guys. How about that? Does this, like... Do you think that works a little bit better? Well, he went a bit far there. So it's a lot easier for you to turn around here and then get on the highway, because it's not like a turn where you have to do this. It's just a small turn right. And I totally understand what you meant by that, guys. And I hope that... look, there's his one using it now. Yeah, look, that seems a bit easier of a turn. Whereas here, they have to do a really sharp turn as well. You're totally right. So let's try and fix that. You're totally right on that. Now I'm looking at it. So we'll just make it an easy turn up that way. And then we can do like a curve road. Like this. And there you have it. There you have it. A much easier, smoother turn off the highway. No problems. And it might look a bit weird, maybe not as symmetrical or whatever, but I totally think that functions a lot nicer. And I think you guys were right. Building that road there has caused some issues with some buildings. They were destroyed, admittedly. That was an accident. But they'll forgive me, maybe. Maybe they will. Yeah, everything's sort of looking really nice now, water-wise, electricity-wise. I'm really happy with this town, guys, and I'm really happy that we really sort of went in-depth there today and made these changes. That was really nice. That was really fun to me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see if we can make this sort of area nicer as well. I mean, compare it. Right, this looked exactly the same on each side before I changed it. But now look at this. Isn't that so much nicer? And you can see the people walking and actually using these points. Whereas just nothing's happening here. And nothing would ever happen there. And in O Square as well. How does it do it? Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Why? What? It's a couple of swings, guys. It's a couple of swings. I cannot believe that. Holy shit. Why? Why, man? Oh my god. I don't understand them. I don't understand them. Holy crap. How's the parks going on over here, by the way? Yeah, there's some people using these, nice and calm and stuff. Not quite as ridiculously bumping and jumping over there. That's quite bad, isn't it, at this point? Not to, like, get onto it, but the fact that it's so full. And maybe it could be a simple fix, this, with just upgrading the roads. Something like that. Yeah, that really will help. But, of course, this road's still small. But the thing is, barely anyone's using this to get into that section of the town. So, hopefully that's actually okay. Yeah, that did help a little bit. It means that getting into town here is easier, but it's actually causing some issues because there's more happening there. God damn it. It's so difficult to make the right call, guys. But I'll try and fix this maybe next time. But it's definitely helping. That definitely helped. Just having bigger roads right there, for sure. But now, our town's looking really nice. Land value's gone up. People are happy to be living there. And all that time, population was still managing to go up when we were barely doing any like, increase of space, really. And so I'm really happy with this episode in general, where we took a step back and we really improved. Although, hang on, did I do it here? So turning off that's fine. Turning there's fine because it's a nice turn. Coming onto this road's a bit hard. Actually, it's a bit of a sharp turn, that. So we'll just fix that. So what is it? It's only a small road, right? Whoops, I just upgraded that road randomly. Whatever, I guess I'll upgrade the opposite one. I gotta do it now. That's going to be ugly for a little while, but we need this road to be big anyway, because we're going to be using it to get to this town. So that's something we'll do in the next episode anyway, make these roads massive. But that was a bit dumb. Actually, I want them to be highways, don't I? So yeah, no, that was dumb. Let's just change that. Highways are better. That was stupid. Okay, so one way. Simple road. I want it to be like less of a sharp turn. It's not making it easy for me, is it? It's not wanting me to do this. There we go. So maybe there's more space there. Problem is, it's sort of forcing me to have a sharp turn there, guys. I did try and fix it just now, but I don't know. Maybe that's just not an option. I guess this one also maybe is a bit too sharp. So maybe we'll fix that. See the way it curves? It's like it wants it to be a sharp turn. I don't know. But it's not as bad. And I hope that helps with the complaints you guys had in general with the sort of design of the town. I am reading the comments, guys. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are really enjoying the series. I fucking love this game, and I'm really glad that you guys are wanting to watch it as well. It's really, really, you know, nice for me that, and I want to keep improving. And as you can see now, we have a huge demand for residential, commercial, and industrial. And now O Square, A Town, and D District looking great, looking good. It's time for us to expand massively and build our real skyscraper city that's going to be over here. And I'm really, really excited for that. So, yeah, that'll be next episode, I promise. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I've been Hollow, you've been you, and I will see you next time.